Hi guys, Crackers here. It has been a really long time since I've recorded. I'm here at my place and I have sort of built something here, but I've actually kind of abandoned it. I, not long after I started building this house, the new desert update came out and everybody started building out in the desert where they have all those rock formations where platforms can attach to them. So they had this idea to build this desert cliff village area, and everybody kind of grabbed a platform and they all came up with different ideas on as to what they wanted to build on their little platforms, kind of a village sort of a theme. So I kind of abandoned this build and headed over there. But pretty much, I have not been back, and it's almost like I consider that home now. So I thought I would just bring you guys back and just kind of give you that update. I have not recorded the progress over there, but I thought I would show you what I've done at the very least. So basically, when I grabbed my platform, a lot of them were taken, but I'm just outside the village there, and I decided to make a shoulder pet adoption center. And so I thought I would kind of fly back there. I just came in here, like came to the old place today to feed my animals. I've only actually got two left right now here, so I don't really have much left, and I almost feel like I should just bring them back with me, but probably won't do that right now. So this is kind of just what I had got, how far I had gotten in this place. You know, it's not done. I still never really quite finished it, and right now it's feeling kind of big considering I'm not spending any time here, so I'm not even sure I'm going to keep it all, but um, I made this place and I hung out here for a little bit, but soon after they started that kind of project over in the desert, so I started to hang out there a lot more. So I've progressed quite far since I've moved over there. Not sure what I'm going to do with this place yet, but I had it gotten it to a point where at least it's, it's kind of like a home at least. So um, they've added things since I've been here. Like they have a bathtub now. I tried to make this into a little kind of a bathtub, but it's kind of now that they have the eco mod has the new bathtub, I almost want to renovate. So, but I'm not sure if I'm going to really spend a lot of time here. So I thought what I would do is just bring you back to where I've been hanging out in the desert area and show you my little pet adoption center. I thought I would jump on Ritz. He's my griffin. Actually, there was a Ritz one, but he died. And now I have Ritz two. So, anyway, I will bring you guys back as I stare underneath the griffin's legs here. I will bring you back to the desert, and I'll show you what I have over there. So we will see you guys in a little bit. So this is where I've been hanging out. It's the Ironmine Server, and so you can see there's lots of platforms, and people have been building like crazy. So there's some really cool builds going up. This one over here is where I picked, and it's going to take a bit to render in because I have a lot of animals, so sorry for the clutter. But this is my SPCA that I built. And basically that stands for the Shoulder Pet Center for Adoption. I wanted to do some sort of a little pet store, and I decided I kind of wanted to have some sort of a theme, so I thought I'd go with shoulder pets. And I actually thought it was going to be like 5 little buildings, and then as I was going, I'm like, oh, I forgot about this one, and I forgot about this one, and so it ended up being like 10 shoulder pets. That's how many shoulder pets are in Ark. So as you can see, I don't know if you noticed when I have sheep on my roof, don't mind me. Uh, so I don't know if you noticed when I pulled up that I made this into a little helipad, and that's for my rescue Griffin and my rescue RD, who is MIA right now. I gotta go find him because he's usually parked up here. So, yeah, that's where they park. And if there's an animal in distress, I jump up here and we go and nab them from disaster and danger. So, um, this up here, this is my front door, obviously. I'll show you the front here before we go in. So, this is the front entry, and as you can see from the sign up there, we are having a 3-for-1 Jerboa sale because I have way too many Jerboas. And if you come and adopt some Jerboas from me, you'll be able to help me with my leg problem. So, yes, please come and adopt a Jerboa. Look at this guy. How could you not want 3 of them? He's so cute. And so inside here, as you can see, this is where the office is upstairs. And Hope, our SPCA manager, runs the office here. This is her little desk, and as you can see back here, we have some hat skins because, as you'll see in a little bit, you get a free hat skin with an otter adoption. So right here, if you're wondering what our prices were, if you get a spayed or neutered pet, it's 5 metal ingots, and for an unspayed, it's 25, because we are trying to keep the pet population down. So we're trying to encourage you to spay and neuter your pets. Pagos are free. Yes, they are. And you have to get them spayed because we don't want too many of those little guys running around. So, so this is the office, and we just basically keep fridges up here. And you'll get your adoption papers in here when you adopt a pet. And yeah, that's just for feeding the animals and stuff. So as you can see, you are greeted by turrets when you come in, but don't worry. You have to be a terror bird or a Daeodon to really see the full effect of these guys. So you should be safe. Up front here, I have the spay and neuter clinic. And just inside here is all my surgical outfits. And of course the euthanization gun, but we try not to euthanize here. So as you can see here, I am all suited up to do any spay and neutering you need. I've got all my sterilized equipment on, and we're good to go. So just in here, I have, there's just some storage. I actually have to put a little storage bin. I was going to put some of the hat skins in here. So this is just an under the stair storage. And over here we have the quarantine area, and these are all the animals that are not up for adoption quite yet. They stay in there. Some benches outside in case you need to take a rest. Over here is the entry to the staff quarters downstairs, which is my quarters. And we have our little greenhouse over here where we, so that we can have a fresh supply of berries for all the animals. So our farmer here, Walter, is taking care of that for me, right, Walter? Yes, you are. He's doing such a good job. So these are all the crops that we use for feeding the animals. Up here we have our gardener. She's the one who kind of collects all the berries for me. I get those from her. She keeps them in her little pouch, I guess. I don't know. Where do you keep them? Over here we have a restroom. Or if you're Canadian, it's called a washroom. Every time I mention washroom to somebody from the States, they're like, what's that? Anyway, oops. This is a washroom to me, but for you guys or whoever, it's a restroom. So basically I have this shelter set up in little sections. I got the piscivores and I've got the herbivores starting here, and then I have the carnivores starting over there. So all the piscivores are the fish eaters, of course, and here we have the Hesperornis. These guys are the ones that lay the golden egg, and it was really actually hard to find these guys. They're very rare, but I finally did find some, and I got a couple of not too bad levels, so I got some high level ones here. So most of these are females because those are the ones that are going to lay the golden egg for you. They're actually really cool to watch fish. The golden egg, I managed to get one of them, and it was not easy. I had to spend a lot of time at a little fish pond and try and figure out how to get these guys to lay a golden egg. But I don't know that I have it figured out, but I found that if you could set it to attack your target and send it after like 4 or 5 salmon and then bring it back on shore, that was when I got my golden egg. Unfortunately, I never got a chance to try it. The timer on those are not very good, not very long. So if you're planning to get a golden egg, kind of have a plan in mind as to where you want to use it because they actually give a really great buff. I think it's like 400 or 500% buff to a non-rideable dinosaur. So you can get an experience buff, that is. So you can gain a lot of experience for a non-rideable dinosaur, and I think it's 10% for yourself or a rideable one. So a little bit of a buff, but um, they are not easy to get, and I think it would be worthwhile for a rideable dinosaur, but I'm not sure about getting him for myself or any other rideable one. So these guys are pretty cool to actually watch fish. They from what I could tell, they pretty much one hit all the salmon that I sent them after. They go down, they kill it, and then they come back and they circle it, and then they go down and eat it. So it was actually kind of neat to watch them. But you have to have a lot of patience if you're looking for that golden egg. That's what I found anyway. Maybe there's a trick to it, but I'm not sure what that is. So the ichthyornis, of course, in the wild, I can't stand them, but I actually really grew to enjoy fishing with these guys. You almost need them to get the Hesperornis because once they hunt and retrieve a fish, they give the fish a buff that tames the Hesperornis that much faster. So it probably would work the same for an otter, I would imagine, too. But you can definitely see that the fish has this kind of gold glow around it. So they definitely add a buff to the fish, and they're actually pretty good fishing buddies too. I would have them follow me on a bird, and I would just scour the top of the water until I saw a fish, and then I would send them down to attack it. So I could do it all from the sky. So that was kind of neat. So I have actually learned to kind of like these little guys, and they're kind of cute when they're tame and sitting here. I just don't like them in the wild at all. But anyway, so that's the ichthyornis. And over here we have the otters, and of course everybody kind of knows what the otter's all about. These guys are so cute. I need to try and get some mutations out of them. But these are the guys you get the free hat with. So if you adopt one, you can have a funky little hat like this little guy. So those are the otters, and I think that's the end of the fish eaters. Yeah, that is. Over here, actually, I just have like a little, well, it's actually an overflow jerboa area at the moment because I have far too many to fit in their little house. So, but typically this is kind of the get acquainted area. So if you have some animals you have in mind and you want to bring them out here into the bright sunshine to have a better look at them, you can come in here and get acquainted with them. Got a camera here if you want to get your picture taken with them or take a picture of them to look at later. So this is the get acquainted area. Over here we got the jerboas, of course. The rest of these little guys are hiding in here. Not much to say about these guys. I love them. And they're so cute, especially as babies. So each of these little areas have like a little viewing area where they can take in some sunshine if they want. And of course, all of them have fresh water at all times. So over here, we've got the monkeys. You know, and I've never actually, oops, a little bit of rubber band in there. I've never actually had a monkey. It took me a while to find these guys, but I know that I think they in a PvP situation they can actually unlock a door for you. So if you throw it in through a window, I think that's what they're good for, but I don't actually know a lot about them. I know that the little sound that they make is a little bit annoying, but they are really cute. This guy's got a purple face. Look at him. This is the one Monkey Puzzle is supposed to adopt. He doesn't know that yet, but it is the one he's supposed to adopt. So yeah, these are the Methopithecus. Um, so this is just a little lunch area. I actually set this up because so many people, when I first started this adoption area, helped me by getting me a bunch of animals to fill these guys, to fill these little enclosures. So I made this little fence of fame in appreciation of all the volunteers here. So, and this is also a little snack area, so you can come and have a little snack. It's also where we keep the food trough for all the animals. So over here, of course, we've got the Pegomastics. And, well, there's not much to say about these guys except for please spay and neuter them. We don't want too many of these guys running around. So over here, we're getting into the carnivores. And this is one of the guys that I forgot sat on your shoulder is the compies. I didn't know actually about the Hesperornis sitting on your shoulder and didn't really think much about the Ichthy because they drive you crazy, so why would you want one? But now I actually do like them, so I have my very own. I mean, they're so tiny, but if you have a little army of them, they can be pretty deadly. So I was playing around and got one mutation, pretty bright colored. That is a very dominant color in mutations I'm noticing. But we have a bunch of those little guys. And this area here, I should actually have this closed because these are the animals that are being rehabilitated and not quite ready for adoption. So some of them are wild and crazy and they need some work. And a little bit mischievous, like that guy over there. Yes, you. So these guys kind of hang out in here and we work with them and will soon be available for adoption. So these are the Dimorphodons, and of course they're always nice to have. They're tough little guys, so they're a great shoulder pet to have around for sure. And I've got some really cool colors thanks to some of the people here on the server. So here we have the Microraptor house, another one of the shoulder pets that people love to hate. I know in a PvP situation, I think they can help knock someone off their bird, so that would be handy. So we have these guys hiding in here. And last but not least is the vulture, which is another one I forgot sat on your shoulder, as with the Microraptor. Oh, and we're going to get rain. I have a choir of Jerboas that tell me that every day. And it rains a lot in the desert, so it gets pretty loud in here. Yes, guys, I know it's going to rain. So these guys are, as far as I know, they just kind of keep your spoilt meat fresher. That's about all I know about the vulture. I've never played Scorched Earth, and so this is the first time I've really actually seen the vulture. So they're supposed to be sort of tough little shoulder pets too, from what I understand, but I've never actually tried them out. But that was the neat thing about this build is actually learning a little bit more about all of these shoulder pets and just actually realizing how many there are. Because, like I said, when I started this, I was thinking I needed like 5 little houses. But as I started picking up these animals, I'm like, oh, wait, there's the compy. And, oh, I forgot all about the Microraptor sitting on your shoulder. So it ended up going from like what I thought was going to be 5 little houses to 10. But that is all of the shoulder pets on Ark. So guys, that's about it. This is the shoulder pet adoption center that I've been working on while I've been hanging out on this server. It's been a lot of fun and I enjoyed doing this build a lot. It was really cool to learn more about all these little shoulder pet guys. So if you want to adopt anything, come on down. I do have quarters downstairs I can show you. It's nothing too glamorous or anything, but I'll show you that in another episode. I'm probably going to, next episode I'm going to release is the parasaur build that I just did with the release of the new desert area and the extreme temperatures it's supposed to have. I thought I would work on a little parasaur build that I can travel in and travel safely in. So at least I'm hoping that it's going to withstand the extreme heat. So I'll show you that in a future episode, but I just want to say thanks for watching this one, and we will see you next time. Bye.